Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Zink Podcast. Sam Webster here, and I am joined today with Stephanie Tragesser. Hello, Stephanie.
Hi, Sam.
So, a lot of you may not know Stephanie. She's newer to Zink. She is on our regional account manager team. And today we're here to talk a little bit about where Stephanie came from and how she's really incorporating what her history was into her new role at Zink. So, Stephanie, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you did prior to coming to Zink?
Hi, everybody. So I started my career off as at a school district, a K-12 school district in Indianapolis. I worked for about 18 years in that district, starting as assistant director and moving my way up to director. And when I was there, I went through a referendum process where all buildings were remodeled. And under my tenure of director, all of our kitchens were touched and redesigned, both back of the house and serving lines, which drew me in my direction of my role at Zink.
Fabulous. So can you kind of explain to people what a regional account manager does at Zink and what does it have to do with school food service?
Well, a regional account manager at Zink, I personally cover Indiana and Kentucky, and there are 5 of us covering all the territories from Illinois to Western PA, and we focus on the education and healthcare segment. So that includes K-12, which would be my specialty, but also college and university in that education range. Healthcare would be acute care, which are your hospitals, and then the long-term care, nursing home, rehab type facilities. Our job is basically a free consultant to those areas to the best lineup of equipment, smallwares, and furniture that Zink represents. So we're here to assist those end users on finding solutions to any of their problems, issues, their remodeling, to provide assistance to them.
Okay, fabulous. So it's kind of different being on the other side of things. Certainly, I think you worked with Zink people previously as being a director. What do you, kind of a two-part question. First, what did you love most about school food service?
One of my passions with school food service was the summer feeding program that they had. It's just a good heartfelt program, working out in the community and being with being a part of something that was a little bigger for community outreach. Very heartfelt working summer feeding program, as we took our program outside of the schools and went to the apartment complexes in the most needy areas. So that was a great part of my job that I enjoyed. And remind me what your second part was.
The second part is, not how are you able to sort of bring what you loved and bring your past career into what you're doing now at Zink? Like, what does an interaction look like with a director?
So for me, the passion of, school food service program, I guess, was helping children and helping families, where my role at Zink is more helping people that were me, and just being more of an assistance and help. But also being a food service director, I am able to understand a little bit of the needs of what they're needing, the timing of how things work for them. Sometimes when you have someone coming into your office and it's the start of school, and it's a little hard, but to understand what's going on in their day-to-day life is also of help to be a part of what they need.
Yeah, to have that background and have been in their shoes in the past.
Right.
I think a lot of Zink runs on the EOS operating system, and part of that is having 90-day goals or rocks. And something that Stephanie worked on recently was surrounding how we can help school directors with grants and what solutions that we as Zink and a RAM team provide to help with that. So can you kind of explain how that came about and what we worked on? And I know I worked on it with you a bit from a marketing perspective.
So I felt like, as a food service director, there's a lot of grants out there, and I feel like they pass directors by as they're not sure what to apply for. They're not sure how it affects them, except that, oh, it's free money, but it's not for me. I don't know how to do it. I don't know what it's about. And what Sam and I worked to develop was looking at what grants are available almost for every year. These grants would be available. So we focused on sustainability. We focused on the USDA grants. We focused on the fresh fruit and vegetable program, which is not exactly a grant, but it is money that is available for equipment and smallwares. And we also focused on dairy grants. And all of these grants are available at various times through the year and usually available for multiple years. So that's kind of what we did, was to put some equipment and smallwares into each of those pots of grants available.
And what's an example of something someone might not have realized, like especially in regards to preparation for fruit and vegetables?
So, for example, the fruit and vegetable program, most directors know that they can buy their fruits and vegetables with the monies available. But what they also can do is, when the year is starting, they can purchase a cart that they may need to push down the hallway because their other carts are being used. So we added that to the list. Maybe at the end of the year, there's some money left sitting on the table. How do you utilize that for your district for the best of your ability so that you use everything that you've applied for? Maybe buy some of your smallwares items, buy paring knives, buy cutting boards, buy a vegetable prep system so that you can have your fruits and vegetables that you will use the following year chopped in a better, let's see, a little easier for the students.
Labor saving, yeah.
Right, labor savings, easier for the students to eat, that type of thing when it goes to the classroom.
Fabulous. So essentially what we're trying to do is really provide solutions for these grants that are available, but also help walk you through the process. So I think that's kind of what Stephanie's role and our entire role of ARAM here is. You know, we are here to help you through many different processes, whether it may be a grant process, menu training, demos of the equipment that you've purchased, just all of it. What has been your experience so far just over the last year or so working on the other side of it? Have you found this to be really an interesting kind of career path that you've taken?
I feel like I really enjoy my new career at Zink. It pairs well with some of the things, especially the remodels that I did. And I love that I'm still working with some of my peers and friends, and meeting the healthcare world, which is new to me, but is just a really, when you look at the larger long-term care facilities, they're almost a school district in themselves. And the fact that there's a director and then each facility has a manager over it. So
Yeah.
it is in my mind, I'm helping still, someone, they may be feeding a different clientele, but we all are the same in working to try to prepare food for your clients, and how the best to do it, and time savings, money savings, how to get that done.
Awesome. Well, let's end on a fun one. It could be your career now or your career before. What's the craziest thing that's happened to you in the school food service world? Because I'm sure there's a lot of crazy fun stuff.
Oh my goodness. Let me think about that one. This was not on the list, Sam.
I like to throw in fun ones.
Yeah, this is like what was that?
Onboarding.
Your hazing onboarding, right? Yep. I'm like, okay, I got to come up with something here.
Yeah, when we do our Zink onboarding, we always ask really fun questions. What's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you? If you were to get a food service tattoo, what would it be? What celebrity most represents you? That's an actor or actress in a movie. So Stephanie's used to my fun questions.
So I guess as a K-12 director, a lot of the times you are playing counselor with a lot of whether it be a manager or an hourly employee, and giving advice, and the stories that you hear about their lives and their home life. And I I promise that I do not miss part of that.
Oh, I bet.
I love people, but I guess knowing every detail of an employee's life is not always my forte, and knowing how to help.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I don't know. I can't come up with anything crazy that I feel might be appropriate for
No,
a
that's
podcast.
okay.
But I will say that being a food service director, you definitely hear a lot of some crazy life stories, and they never go to HR because it's not anything that they've done wrong in their
Yeah.
career, but it is playing a little personal counselor of some of their life stories.
Oh, I bet. Oh, I could
Yeah.
only imagine. Well, that's
Yep.
awesome. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yep. It's totally a different role. And I guess another good reason that great at Zink. I don't play counselor because that is not where my degree came from.
Good. No, that's
Social
good.
work was not it.
Well, I love it. Well, thanks so much, Stephanie, for joining us today. If you're in the school of food service in Indiana, please reach out to her. She's willing to help with just about anything. So thanks so much for your time today, Stephanie.
All right. Thanks, Sam. Thanks, everybody.